Hello guys, so in this video what I want to do, I want to talk about how to find a good tutor. I'm going to give you a couple of tips based on my personal experience, and I hope that you're going to find it useful and you're going to apply in your let's say real life. First, it's really important to understand what is your budget. So I'm going to divide this into three categories. That is, let's say your budget, you don't want to spend any money, or your budget between is $0 and $30, or third, a case when your budget is above $30. So for the first case, if you don't want to spend any money, that's why we have YouTube, or you can use books, and you can kind of use your own resources to figure out the question. In the case if you don't want to spend a lot of money, what do you want to do? If you go to the college or to the high school, for the most schools in the United States, on campus we have learning centers, and sometimes they're free, or sometimes you need to pay a small fee. For example, I went to UCI, and the learning center over there I think was around $100 per quarter, and quarter was 10 weeks, and you were paying this money, and you had 2 sessions per week for 1 hour and a half, and that session was, but one downside that for that session you're going to be with other people in the same group, so at the same time you were getting extra help, but that was one-to-one. So that's why if you want to have one-to-one help, then you need to pay a little bit more, or in other words, you need to pay more than $30. So this video I'm going to focus what do you need to do to improve your experience finding a good tutor, and actually why do you need to find a good tutor. I think the number one goal is finding a good tutor is to learn how to study math from the person who already went through that path. And that's really important. The goal is to find a math tutor, not to that person to do your homework, to do your assignment. That person's goal is to teach you how to learn math, because you don't want to spend 2 or 3 years taking tutors for math classes. You want to take let's say tutors for 6 months, and then just spend certain amount of money, but through that experience you're going to learn how to actually learn math, and it's probably at some point you're going to get an awesome grade A and A+, and you're going to become tutor itself and start making money. So I'm going to give you 6 tips how to find a good tutor. Tip number 1, just it's more not a tip, what do you need to, how you're going to find a good tutor. Just go on Google, and there are a couple of really famous websites when you can find a lot of tutors. I'm not going to say their names because I have no idea how it's going to work for my channel, if it's advertisement or not, so I'm not going to mention them. But just go either on a Google, or check your check your school's website and ask in math department if they know anyone who is willing to tutor you, and etc. So let's not count it as a tip. So in other words, I'm going to have 5 tips. So the actual tip number 1 is, before the actual session when you're going to pay money, that's okay to ask for 10 minutes introduction section, when you can see the person, when you can talk to a person, and you can ask even the person to solve a simple problem. You're not going to ask for 15 minutes. And if, for example, they're going to ask you to pay $60 or $70 per hour, or even $50 per hour, that's okay to ask for 5-10 minutes introduction section. In that case, you're going to eliminate people who don't know their subject, because trust me, a lot of tutors, when they teach, sometimes they teach the subjects they don't know. Their goal is to make money, and they know that sometimes people are too nice, so they're not going to end session beforehand. And that's tip number 2. If you're going to be doing the tutoring session, don't be afraid to end session early. Don't stay for the whole hour if you don't like the session. Try to give let's say 15-30 minutes. If you see that after 10 minutes it just doesn't work for you for some reason, just be honest and tell the tutor, okay, so I feel that session is not helping me, so can we end earlier? I'm going to pay you the portion of the hourly rate, and that's going to be 100% fine. So don't be afraid to doing that. Third tip, if you planning to take multiple sessions per week, or it's your final week and you know that you need another session, you should try to ask for a discount. Because if you know that you're going to spend a lot of money, that's 100% fine to ask to $5-10 discount, and you can ask that it's going to be discount only for the following 3 or 4 sessions. If you're going to go regularly, you're going to pay regular price. But again, you shouldn't probably do that. In the case if you ask for a discount, especially if you're going to take the tutor through the entire semester, then it's going to be fair if you going to pay reduced amount compared to other students who are going to take the tutor for a couple of sessions. So always ask for a discount. Tip number 4 is feel free to ask your tutor for reference. just talk to tutor's previous student or the current student and ask some questions, what kind of style your tutor has, and like what if you, for example, want to find tutor for calculus or like discrete math. It's going to be perfect if you can get a reference for a person who also like asks the tutor to help them with calculus or discrete math. And feel free to talk to that person, and we're probably going to find also like a math friend, so it's going to be like super fun. And finally, tip number 5. Remember that our goal sometimes when we try to learn something that's really difficult, complicated, like, and if we are not, for example, I myself is a slow learner, and sometimes I have no idea like what is going on, and it's really nice to talk to someone who knows that subject, who can teach you, first answer your question, and second to teach you how to answer your own questions. So your goal of finding the tutor is not like to do an assignment. Your goal is to learn how to do math. So that's why through the tutoring session, try to ask tutor like, how did they come up with that answer, or how did they learn that subject on their own. Try to learn as much as you can during that like hour or 2 hours. So in the end, you're going to take tutor, get an A, and you're going to become a tutor yourself, and you're going to kind of share that information and share like the love of math, and share like how you were struggled learning math, but how you overcame your struggle, and you're going to teach other people how to overcome the struggle, and we're going to become like, it's like really, I don't know, like math is super cool, but sometimes for one people can learn like really fast, other people it's a little bit like struggle, but you can appreciate its beauty no matter what, like if you're a fast learner or slow learner. So that's why I want to share a couple of tips with this video, how to find a good tutor and become good at math. Actually not good, like perfect. And because, not everything is perfect. How to become like self-sufficient. Okay, I'm still learning English, so that's fine. I will try to improve for the next video. Okay, so I'm done for this video. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and have a nice day. Bye.